Beard Wizard family, welcome back to Beard Wizard Reviews. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links to all of which you can find in the video description below, including ways to support this channel, like thebeardstruggle.com, wearing their hat, really cool symbol on it. But if you check out the link in the video description, you get the same beard products I use on this magnificent wizard beard and save yourself some money. But also clicking that red subscribe button. That helps us out a lot. Just sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, liking, and subscribing. We're shooting for 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we're well on our way, but every click helps. So please do join the family and share the link out there. If you like what you see, if you are here for one band and can check out the rest of the stuff that's here, that would be awesome too. Don't just come here for one thing. You never know when you're going to discover a band you didn't know about, or an artist or a writer or creator that you have never heard of. That's the whole point of this show. So do please check out the other stuff on the channel. I would appreciate it a great deal. So anyway, we're taking a look at Blackbriar's new one, Spirit of Forgetfulness. Blackbriar is one of those bands that is so unique in their style and their sound. They bring in a lot of mythology, spirituality, mysticism into their music. This one is no different. They're going to sing about one of the rivers of the underworld, not the river Styx, but another river of the underworld, and that's what this song is about a little bit. There's definitely some deeper context to it. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go through the show. So live review show, so I haven't listened to this before, but we'll pause as necessary, talk about the music, etc., and so on. If you're in the live stream, say hi. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, here we go. This is Spirit of Forgetfulness from Blackbriar. Cheers. Good God. New member, I think. Hey, beautiful. Okay, so much like the last one that we did, and welcome, beautiful, if you didn't hear me during the music, her voice is drowned out in this one, and it was the same way in the last recording, the one about the cicadas that we did. I don't hear her vocals coming through as much as we're used to with Blackbriar. Now the song itself, and because I couldn't hear much of the lyrics, I did read through them earlier too. She's talking about someone who she can't forget. The thought of you possesses me. You're the dweller of my mind, where you are utterly and vividly alive. And then she calls on Lethe, which is both the goddess of forgetfulness and one of the rivers in the underworld that said if you drink the waters of the Lethe, if you drink too much of the waters, you will forget everything. But she says she speaks to Lethe, and says, be careful what you wish for, which is how those kinds of things go. Anytime anybody asks for something in mythology from a spirit or a goddess or any sort of otherworldly being, it's always be careful what you wish for. It's always some sort of price or trick or trap or something going on. So you have to wonder, and it doesn't really come out as clear in this, is who is she trying to forget? Is it a former lover? Is it grief from a lost someone who is gone, or somebody who has left her, or maybe somebody she has left but she can't get them out of her mind? That question is never really answered, and I think that's probably a good thing because it leaves that up to some interpretation. For for the listener. I like the instrumentation. I like the the band behind her. I just wish her voice was more clear and pronounced in this audio track. I just don't think the audio on this particular video is as good as it should be with her vocals. Welcome, Herbert. I also noticed too, we'll back up a little bit, and I guess this is a good representation of it, most of the videos, the music videos that Blackbriar is known for that we've done on this channel have been very theatrical, almost emulating the story that the song is trying to tell. And this one, not so much. This is just the band, playing in a church. And not that that's a bad thing. That's a lot of bands do that. A ton of bands do it. It's just not as much of what Blackbriar is known for. There's not the sort of theatrical movie sort of element to it, or the storytelling element to the video itself. Again, her voice so drowned out by the instruments. I like the piano. I like the sound of the band. I just wish whoever did the audio would bring her voice up, so that we could hear her a little more clearly. And she continues to sing about, making the deal with Lethe and Lethe trying to talk her out of it. You don't necessarily want to do this. Be careful. And I'm not sure if we've gotten to the passage yet. But, Lethe decides to help her and took her to the underworld. And she said, those waters aren't meant for the living. For all you know, I could be a trickster. So Lethe saying, hey, this isn't, you probably shouldn't do this, don't take my word for it. She's warning her that I'm tricking you. I'm going to be tricking you. And she does it anyway. And at the end of it, when she gets into this last passage here, it turns out she doesn't forget whoever it is she's supposed to forget, but she does forget who she is. That is the sort of the price or the moral of this story, to be careful what you wish for, in a sense. That's the voice. Yeah, that was a really good song. I agree. They are consistently good. I love this band. I just am disappointed with, again, her voice being drowned out by the instruments, and that seems to have been the trend in the last couple of videos. So I don't know. I know that they're with a new, that they actually signed to a different label. They're sort of going a little more, I wouldn't say mainstream because they're not signed with one of the major record labels, but I know that they're going a little more professional with the production, a little less independent in a sense. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it, whoever's doing the videos now. Um, but I do miss being able to hear her voice because Zora has an amazing voice, and she is just being absolutely drowned out by the instruments, at least in this recording. Um, and it was the same way with Cicada. I was a little disappointed with that as well. But otherwise, a fantastic song. I love the storytelling that Blackbriar incorporates into their music. They love to pull out a lot of interesting mythology that isn't necessarily well known. Like, who's heard of the River Lethe, other than maybe some mythology students? My wife has probably heard of it, but when I heard of a river in the underworld, I instantly thought the river Styx, and I'm like, well, the river Styx is not the one she's talking about here. So fantastic song. Make sure you go check out their channel and subscribe there. Make sure you subscribe here. And I agree, Ed, they do need more exposure. This band is a great band, and they really do need more people listening to them, more ears on them. So hopefully I help a little bit, drive a little few more people to their channel. Ed, Julie, everybody else, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And I will see you all again soon. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.